and welcome to South Asia Today, a show that provides you the glimpses of South Asia. I'm your host, Shivangi Mishra. Let's begin with the headlines first. India's footwear industry steps onto the global stage. Global outcry grows as Balochistan faces brutal crackdowns and disappearances. And Bhoto Jatra festival concludes in Nepal's Lalitpur. When we talk about India's Agra city, the first picture that comes to mind is the iconic Taj Mahal. However, this historic city is also renowned for manufacturing quality footwear. From leather shoes to sports shoes, Agra produces various types of footwear that are in high demand in international markets. Let's explore how this city is making a mark globally with its footwear industry and how the shoe industry in India is expanding.
The craft of shoemaking has been a tradition in Agra since the Mughal era, and much of the process is still done by hand, ensuring durability and comfort. Skilled artisans meticulously handle designing, cutting, stitching, and quality checking, blending traditional craftsmanship with modern techniques. Agra's footwear industry thrives with contemporary designs, exporting to various Indian states and countries worldwide. A prominent figure in this industry is Puran Dawar, chairman of Dawar Footwear Industries. Since 1977, his company has been manufacturing leather shoes, exporting large quantities to Russia, Australia, Canada, and the USA. Dawar believes that the demand for Agra's shoes will continue to grow in the future.
एक्सपोर्ट की दृष्टि से देखें, अब चाइना से भी लोगों का मोह भंग हो चुका है, वो डाइवर्ट होना ही होना है। पूरा वर्ल्ड भी जो है भारत को एक बड़ी मार्केट के रूप में देख रहा है और आगरा चूँकि इसका सबसे बड़ा क्लस्टर है। आगरा की 40% जनता प्रत्यक्ष या अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से अपने जूते के व्यवसाय पर ही निर्भर है और आगरा का ये सबसे छोटे तबके को रोज़गार देता है, इसलिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। और मुझे लगता है ये जो अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली है आगरा को अभी जैसे ग्लोबल मार्केट के रूप में जिसको जैसे देखा जा रहा है, आने वाले समय में ये अपनी जो एक्सपोर्ट हम लोगों का सीधे निर्यात जो है 4000 करोड़ रुपए है। से मैं आगरा की निर्यात की बात कर रहा हूँ, जिसमें डाबर का शेयर अभी लगभग 200 करोड़ के आसपास है। उस 4000 करोड़ को हम जो भी मर्चेंट एक्सपोर्टर के माध्यम से भी जो करते हैं उसमें लगभग 5 से 5,500 करोड़ आगरा से होता है। ये अगले 5 साल के अंदर कम से कम 2 गुना।
The demand for leather shoes remains strong, but with changing times, sports shoes have become more popular. In response to this, the Agra-based manufacturing company Leather Luxury has diversified its production to include casual and sports shoes, which are now being exported in large quantities.
इस वक्त देश की और विदेश की काफ़ी बड़ी संख्या में हम लोग अपने जूते भेज रहे हैं। तो 2028 में जो अनुमान लगाया जा रहा है सबका, पूरी इंडस्ट्री का, वो लगाया जा रहा है कि कम से कम इसका डबल हो जाना चाहिए। जो हम अभी कर रहे हैं उसका डबल हो जाना चाहिए। और एक चीज़ और है, पहले सब जूते बनते थे लेदर में क्योंकि और कोई विकल्प नहीं था, लेकिन अब बहुत अच्छे सिंथेटिक मटेरियल आ गए हैं जो लेदर से बहुत अच्छे हैं।
Beyond Agra, the shoe industry in India is rapidly expanding. Today, India is the second largest shoe producing country in the world. According to reports, this industry is projected to reach $90 billion by 2030, up from the current $26 billion. A prime example of India's growing stature in this sector is Hajipur in Bihar, where safety shoes are being manufactured for the defense forces. In Hajipur city of Bihar, the footwear manufacturing unit Competent Exports Private Limited is producing shoes for Russian soldiers. The rapidly growing shoe industry in India is establishing a strong global presence. As Indian footwear gains international recognition, it drives economic growth through increased exports. investments in manufacturing technologies and skill development.
Let's move to Balochistan province of Pakistan, where protests are ongoing against Pakistan's state atrocities. Recently, the Baloch Yakjati Committee launched the Baloch National Gathering, following the arrests of some of their members and deadly clashes with security forces. The movement against enforced disappearances and resource exploitation has gained momentum, with protests spreading to other parts of Pakistan and the rest of the world. A report.
In Hanover city of Germany, protesters from Balochistan are holding banners and placards to raise awareness in the international community about the atrocities committed by Pakistani security agencies against the Baloch people. The protesters raised slogans against Pakistan, condemning the crackdown on the Baloch Yakjati Committee and the extreme state violence against peaceful Baloch protesters.
Pakistani forces opening fire on protesters during the Baloch National Gathering on 28th of July, which organized by the Baloch Yakjati Committee in Gawadar. The situation in Balochistan is extremely tense and dangerous, asserting that the region is under complete siege. The situation in Gawadar is also dire. Thousands of military personnel have brutally attacked on the Baloch National Gathering, firing directly on public. The situation is a complete war-like scenario between the innocent, unarmed Baloch and the powerful, ruthless Pakistani military. The Baloch Yakjati Committee is called for widespread resistance across Balochistan.
The protesters stated that the diaspora would always stand in solidarity with the Baloch people against Pakistan's oppression.
Enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and systematic oppression will not silence us. How many lives must be lost? How many times must the Baloch people be denied their basic human rights? The relentless killings and abduction, coupled with the use of force and weapons against innocent civilians, will not go unnoted. The brutality and violence inflicted upon our people only strengthen our resolve. For too long, the voice of Baloch people have been stifled. They endured daily hardship, including enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings, while being denied basic human rights. Despite this strategic importance and wealth of resources, Balochistan suffers from extreme poverty and underdevelopment, worsening the struggle of its people.
Since 1948, the Baloch people have faced severe human rights violations, creating a climate of fear. Thousands have disappeared in Balochistan due to brutal crackdowns by the Pakistani military. Global media outlets have reported the discovery of hundreds of bodies of suspected separatists and activists, indicating possible extrajudicial killings by Pakistani security forces. In Gwadar, Baloch families of the missing gathered under Baloch National Gathering, but Pakistan blocked this event by setting up roadblocks across Balochistan. Many young Baloch were killed or injured during the state's indiscriminate firing, and protests against this violence continue throughout the region.
Now we take a look at some happenings in Asia in a segment called Asia Watch.
Sumaya al-Baghdadi, a former university professor and artist in Basra, is running a pottery workshop for young children with the aim of keeping them away from mobile phones and social media. Al-Baghdadi says that engaging children with the art of pottery and allowing them to become creative is helping them release some of the energy pent up inside. One of the parents whose children were attending the workshop welcomed the activity, saying it was a break for his children away from screens. Educational supervisor at the Ministry of Education, Jamila Saleem, highlighted some of the dangers associated with social media and urged the state to do more to help address some of those issues. Thousands of supporters of Pakistan's jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan held a massive rally in the northwest Pakistani city of Swabi, marking 1 year since his detention. Waving party flags and matching caps, party workers chanted slogans in favor of the jailed ex-Prime Minister and demanded his release. Among other party leaders, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, a province governed by the Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) Chief Minister Ali Amin Gandapur, also addressed the rally. Khan was convicted in 4 cases ahead of a February national election and has been in jail since August last year. But all of the sentences against him have since been overturned or suspended. Khan, who lost power in a parliamentary vote of no confidence after falling out with the generals, has said the army has been backing what he calls the politically motivated cases against him, which the military has denied. The son of Sri Lanka's former president, Namal Rajapaksa, will run in the September 21 presidential election, he said, taking on the incumbent Ranil Wickremesinghe, whom many analysts see as the front-runner. Elected by Parliament in July 2022, Wickremesinghe has shepherded the Indian Ocean nation through its worst financial crisis in decades, which triggered widespread protests that had forced his predecessor, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, to resign. Namal Rajapaksa, a lawmaker in the 225-member parliament, is the eldest son of two-time President Mahinda Rajapaksa and a member of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna party, founded by his uncle Basil, which has a parliamentary majority. Namal Rajapaksa also said he would hold talks with 92 parliamentarians who recently declared support for Wickremesinghe, splintering his uncle's SLPP and severely limiting support for his candidature. But his candidacy will test whether his powerful family, which produced 2 presidents, has managed to retain its popularity despite Sri Lanka's grueling financial crisis.
Border trade between Pakistan and China remains at a standstill as traders in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan intensify their sit-in protest. The demonstration taking place in Sost village in the upper Hunza region was driven by a recent ruling from the POGB Chief Court that found various taxes imposed on local residents to be unlawful. The traders who have set up their sit-in at the NLC dry port in Sost are calling for the implementation of this court order, which mandates tax exemptions for cross-border trade in the region. A report.
Border trade between Pakistan and China remains halted as traders in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan have extended their sit-in protest. Protesters in the Sost village of the Upper Hunza region of Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan are advocating for an end to tax collection in line with a recent ruling by the POGB Chief Court that deemed various taxes imposed on residents unlawful. Traders from POGB initiated a sit-in at the NLC dry port in Sost to demand the implementation of a court order regarding tax exemptions for cross-border trade with China through the Khunjarab Pass. This protest has halted trade activities and traders have threatened further action, including blocking the Karakoram highway if their demands are not met. They argue that the authorities' actions are unfairly hindering their trade and employment opportunities.
गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में सेल टैक्स और इनकम टैक्स यहाँ लागू ही नहीं है। सिर्फ और सिर्फ कस्टम ड्यूटी देने के हम बॉन्ड हैं और वो हम देने के लिए तैयार हैं। इस पर आज अगर हमारी बात मानी जाती है तो हम आज अपना धरना को बैक करेंगे, कल मानी जाती है तो कल बैक करेंगे। अगर नहीं माना जाए, अगर 2 महीने भी बैठना पड़ा है तो हम इधर हैं और हम अगला लाएमल तय कर रहे हैं कि शायद हमें सीपेक रूट को भी रोकना पड़े।
According to local media reports, the protest came in response to a writ petition filed by the POGB Importer and Exporter Association. The court had issued a stay order restraining the customs authorities from collecting sales tax, income tax and additional sales tax from local importers and exporters at the Soest border station until the final decision of the case. However, the traders allege that the customs officers and the Federal Bureau of Revenue are employing tactics to delay the implementation of the court order. As a result of the protest, several foreigners are stuck in Soest due to disruptions in immigration services to China.
We are Chinese. We want to go China, but this border is closed. So we don't know tomorrow is which time, which day is will be open, and we just all day we wait here for open.
The taxation issues in regions like Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan are complex and multi-layered. Traders frequently deal with inconsistent enforcement of tax laws, as different areas may interpret and apply tax regulations differently, leading to confusion and conflicts. Frequent changes in tax policies and regulations add to the uncertainty, making it difficult and expensive for traders to adjust to new rules and compliance requirements.
And Nepal's longest-running chariot festival, Rato Machindranath Jatra, recently concluded with a ceremony in Lalitpur, where the bejeweled vest of the rain god was put on display. The centuries-old ritual is said to assure rain and good harvest, as well as guarantee good omens for the country's rulers. During the festival, a chariot with 60 feet tall spire is made out of bamboo and wood, and the idol of rain god is placed inside it by a priest. The wooden wheel chariot is then moved around parts of Lalitpur. Locals were seen merrymaking when the boto or the bejeweled vest of the rain god was put on display. This vest is packed and kept inside the cloth pouch for a year and opened only on the concluding day of the festival. Have a look.
The Bhoto Jatra, a traditional event in Nepal, concluded on Sunday once again without any claims for the jewel-studded vest or Bhoto, which remains with Rato Machindranath, the red god of Nepal. In Nepal, the Bhoto Jatra concluded on August 4, marking another year without any claims for the jewel-studded vest or Bhoto, which has stayed in the possession of Rato Machindranath. The Bhoto or jewel-studded vest is shown to the public on the last day of Rato Machindranath Jatra, which symbolizes the end of the longest Jatra and the start of the festivities. It's a tradition that has been followed for a long time, and the Bhoto has remained unclaimed since then. This year, it also displayed the jewel-studded vest to the public, sealed and secured as the Himalayan nation continues to search for its true owner. Yagya Ratna Shakya, one of the priests of Lord Machindranath, said that the Bhoto displays the apparel of Nagin, the queens of snakes, adding that it was studded with jewels, which was then given as an award to the farmer who was able to cure the eye problem of the Nagin by the Nagraj, king of snakes.
एउटा चाहिँ अब यो भोटो भनेको नागिनको एउटा चाहिँ वस्त्र हैन, एकदमै बहुमूल्य रत्नले जडित वस्त्र, र त्यो वैद्यलाई आफ्नो पत्नीको आँखाको रोग निको भएको गराइदिएको कारणले उहाँले बक्सको रूपमा पठाइदिनु भएको भोटो हो। र त्यो भोटो किसानले के अरे काम गर्ने क्रममा, खेतमा काम गर्ने क्रममा चाहिँ गर्मी भएर फुकालेको अवस्थामा अनि त्यो भुटले चोरेर लगेको र यही जात्रामा चाहिँ भुटबाट चाहिँ के अरे किसानले त्यो फोटो फेला परेको अवस्था र त्यसैले चाहिँ अब दुवैजनाको बिचमा फोटो तेरो र मेरो भन्ने झगडा भयो। त्यो झगडा भइसकेपछि अब यो अनि एउटा तान्त्रिकले थाहा पाए यो किन झगडा गरे यिनीहरू भन्दाखेरि यो फोटोको लागि झगडा गरेर रहेछ यही ठाउँमा जावला खेलमा। अनि त्यही कारणले गर्दाखेरि अब यो ल तिमीहरू झगडा गर्यो अहिले होइन, तर कसको हो त यो झगडा, यो के अरे फोटो कसको हो त? जबसम्म तिमीहरूसँग डसी प्रमाण हुँदैन, प्रमाण जसले ल्याउन सक्छ त्यसलाई हामी दिन्छौँ, त्यो प्रमाण ल्याउन नसकेसम्म यो मच्छिन्द्रनाथकै ठाउँमा चाहिँ नासोको रूपमा रहनेछ, जसले प्रमाण लिएर आउँछ अनि तब दिने भनेर अनि यो राष्ट्र प्रमुखलाई एउटा न्यायाधीशको रूपमा प्रमाण जाँच्नका लागि यो फोटो देखाउने चाहिँ चलन चल्दै आएको।
The Bhoto displayed annually at Jwala Khel in Lalitpur has pearls and jewels attached to it. The jewel-studded vest is packed and kept inside the cloth pouch for a year and opened only in the presence of the state head on a particular day fixed by the priest when the Rato Machindranath Jatra commences.
यो फोटो दर्शन गरे बापत वर्षको एकचोटि फोटो दर्शन गरे बापत अष्ट महा भए कष्ट हरण हुने, जस्तो चोरको दोष लाग्ने हैन, अब आँधीबेहरीको दोष लाग्ने, विभिन्न खालको अनि ऐश्वर्य प्राप्ति हुने, यस्ता कुराहरू सबै कुरा यी अष्ट महा भए कष्ट चाहिँ हरण हुने भएको कारणले यसको एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण अर्थ रहेको छ।
The showing of the West on that particular day shows it to be safe with the state and who is the owner of the West to come and claim it. This long-run practice has become an integral part of the month-long festival. Yagya Ratna Shakya highlighted that whoever attends the Bhoto Jatra or witnesses the procession once a year would not face any hardships and troubles in life. This age-old tradition, dating back over 1,000 years, has continued in the ancient city of Lalitpur following a mythology where Charkat Nag, king of Nag wife's eyes, were aching for a long time. They then took a Jayapu working in the field for treatment. He was not sure what he was going to do, so he rubbed his armpit and put it into Queen's eye, and it cured the problem, according to the belief. The king then asked him for his wish and asked for a bhoto. While working in the field, the studded vest was stolen by a khayak. The farmer then came to the jatra, hoping whosoever had stolen the vest would come wearing it and found the ghost.
Now it's time for me to wrap up today's episode. We'll be back next week at the same time. This is Shivangi Mishra signing off on behalf of the entire production team of South Asia Today. Goodbye and take care.